Hey, what's up? It's Hugo here. Today I'm going to be doing an updated version of my best Mac games video. So since that video of mine was quite successful, I thought I'm going to make them a little bit more often. So I might not show as many games every video, but I'm going to make a little bit more of those the best Mac games videos and then call them just episode 2, 3, 4, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So all the games I'll be showing right here will be running perfectly natively on your Mac, so you do not need Boot Camp, you do not need crossover, and you do not need any virtual machine. So these work as proper apps on your Mac. So second off, the games are not new. I know that some of them are really even old, and so yeah, I'm just going to give you a list of what I enjoy myself most playing on a Mac and that actually work properly. And at the end of the video, I'll show you how to get them and where to get them. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the first game, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that, but Need for Speed Most Wanted is a great racing game. It's part of the Need for Speed series. You probably already know it, and it's already getting quite old. But I think Most Wanted was really a great Need for Speed. There's already Need for Speed Carbon and Need for Speed Pro Street as well on Mac, but I thought Most Wanted, I wanted to mention that since I really enjoyed it. Then second off, we have BioShock, which is kind of a first-person shooter in an underwater environment, let's say. Um, it's pretty interesting. I mean, the environment you play in and stuff is pretty creative, and what they made of it is really nice. So be sure to check that game out. So third off, we have Call of Duty 4, which is still already getting quite old, but it has been developed in 2007. But it's still a great game, especially on Mac. You can it's a first-person shooter if you haven't heard of Call of Duty, but it's great to play multiplayer and stuff like that. And you can have mods, custom maps and stuff. It's really you have really a lot of different stuff to do in it. So, yep. Then next up we have Borderlands, which is kind of also a first-person shooter, although it has kind of a cartoonish feeling to it. The graphics are kind of cartoonish, and it's also pretty funky style, pretty creative and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it too. Next up we have Portal. If you haven't heard about Portal, it's pretty known. I mean, Portal 2 is soon coming out in 2011, but it's kind of a puzzle game, but a really nice puzzle game. You have portals where you like teleport in, and yeah, it's hard to explain, but you probably already heard of it, and you can obviously see the video preview. But next up we have GTA 4, so Grand Theft Auto 4. I already mentioned how to get San Andreas on one of my videos, but Grand Theft Auto 4 also works on Mac. It has been ported by Sharon Simonian. He has a YouTube channel as well, so you can go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, it's a pretty great game as well. It runs pretty good on good Macs, so don't try that on like those white MacBooks and stuff. I mean, you really need like an iMac or something like that, or like a newer MacBook Pro to make it work properly. Next up, I have Modern Warfare 2, so you probably already heard of it. Also, Call of Duty, part of the Call of Duty series. Runs pretty well on the Mac. I mean, I've tried it myself. Was working quite okay, although sometimes when there was a lot of explosions and stuff, it was a little bit lagging because of my MacBook. I mean, it's not really like the newest, so although it works great on like iMacs or newer models of the MacBook Pros, it works pretty well. So that's for Modern Warfare 2. And then Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. They've both been ported on Mac. It's kind of also a first-person shooter, a zombie first-person shooter. You can go in co-op mode, like shoot zombies with your friends and stuff. So it's quite fun to do that, or well, to kill zombies, pretty much. So that's it for Left 4 Dead. You probably also have already heard of that. It's a pretty known game. Next up, we have Far Cry, which I haven't played in like ages, but it's also a first-person shooter. You can say yeah, definitely, and it's pretty fun to play. Well, you can see in the video preview how it kind of looks. Next up, I have Rainbow Six Raven's Shield. So that one is also really old already. That game, Rainbow Six. It's kind of a not FBI, but similar to an FBI group that infiltrates in buildings and stuff, and it's kind of like a 6-man group, and you have to set up your team, and then you infiltrate buildings and stuff, and it's quite fun, and it's a first-person shooter as well. So yep, or maybe it's third person, I'm not even that sure. Then next up I have Tomb Raider Anniversary. So that one is also already getting a little bit old, but not too much because it's still really enjoyable to play, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of a puzzle slash action game. You do have a few action stuff and action scenes and shooting scenes and stuff, but you also, the main thing about it is the puzzles. They're really, like, they have really huge puzzle rooms and stuff, and it's really fun to play and to get through them without walkthrough. It's quite, you feel really smart after that, so yep. Next up I have Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So that's an old game, but there's Pro Skater 3 as well, Pro Skater 2, 1, and they've been ported to Mac. Not even sure if the 1 has been ported to Mac, but I know 2 and 3 has been ported. And it's a fun game. It's an old game. It's a fun game though. I really enjoy skating games too. So yep, I just wanted to mention that one. And then we have Assassin's Creed 1. Assassin's Creed 2 has been already released, although that game won't be ported to Mac simply because they have these new security stuff that you have to be connected to an internet connection all the time to be able to play it and stuff, which I understand. But Assassin's Creed 1 is a great game, has been ported to Mac as well, runs pretty smoothly actually on good Macs, and is always fun to play even though it's already getting quite old as well. So that's pretty much for the list for this video, and I'll be sure to make some other videos about the best Mac games. I also want to mention one last game, Minecraft. If you haven't heard about it, on my gaming channel, youtube.com/lazybrain, you can check a lot of Let's Plays I've posted there and of Minecraft, and it's really fun to play. You can go check it out on minecraft.net, and you kind of have to survive in a randomly generated world, but at the same time build stuff as well, like mine, cut trees, like build houses, and then try to survive. There's like zombies, or well, they're not, yeah, kind of zombies too, and it's really retro graphic style, so it's pretty fun to play, definitely, and multiplayer as well. To get the games, you can go on my website. I'll post a link in the description to my website, obviously, and if you go on my website, well, let me just go to the first page you see when you come on it, so you don't get too confused. It might not look exactly the same. The design might be a little different by the time you're seeing this, depending. But anyway, you gotta go on forums first. Then scroll down to Talking Mac category, and then Mac games you can see. And you have Phil games there. You can click on Phil games, and here there's a list of a lot of Mac games, so there's way more than I mentioned here. Although not all the games I mentioned in this video are in this list. I'll try to add them. They do exist and they do work properly, so I'll try to add them. I do add games from time to time, so yep. So be sure to check it out. I've got a few games here you can see. Need for Speed Pro Street, Grand Theft Auto 4, Need for Speed Carbon, Modern Warfare 2, stuff like that. Modern Warfare 2, this one doesn't work apparently properly, so I'll try to re-upload a new one, because it worked on my computer, so yep. Try to re-upload that, although all the other ones work 100%. They've been tested and stuff, so you can go ahead and download all of these. Once you go on a topic, you have to reply to it before being able to see the links. I've done that because otherwise, well, yeah, for some reasons. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this video helped on getting a few Mac games for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.